All right, we are live, I believe. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me talking on here. I didn't realize the time. I was going busy. I was busy going to make a cup of tea. Anyway, enough of the rambling. How the devil is everyone? Hope you're all having a great Sunday so far. It is currently hammering it down with rain here in South Wales in the UK. I'm super hyped to chat to you all this Sunday, and I've been so busy. Like, this week has been the busiest week ever, and next week I'm genuinely nervous about how much I have to do in my spare time. Thought I walked through the valley. No, I walked through the valley, the shadow of the valley of death. I fear no evil because I can do a double lift. Hails yes. Oh, whoa! Straight up, Sean has done a super chat. Like, happy Sunday service, everyone. Let's kick the service off with a little super chat. Yo, drops immediately straight in there. Guys, drop some fire emojis for Sean down there. Straight up. Dude, thank you so much for that, man. Now I need to reset the ticker. The ticker so everyone can see the super chat go up there. We got loads of people in the chat already. We got Joel, Brenden, happy birthday to King OK. We got Toma. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing good, everyone. So, I'm going to wait for some more people to join the chat. Let me know what you guys have been up to this week. In case you're interested in what I've been doing, we got Jonah. Is PROCAPS my best/favorite creation? I don't think it is. No, I got it right here. I was gonna show you guys some stuff to do with PROCAPS later on in the session. Maybe just give you like an overview of exactly what they are, what you get. This isn't really like a big secret to hide because I think everyone knows dynamic coins. Everyone knows nickels to dimes. I've just basically dragged it up into the year 2022 to make it more applicable. But in terms of, is it my favorite creation? I don't really take credit for creating it because it's like just making I just basically given it a new skin, the classic trick and new skin. So not very often that happens to me. Most of the stuff I create is from scratch, things like Lux, or I'm trying to think it's so hard to think about what I've created and released or what hasn't been released, but things like Maxim, Lux, the Ghost System, all quite unique creations, whereas this I'm just essentially like skinning, or like if you don't understand what I'm saying, like I'm just putting a new color on something which already exists. So it's an odd one in terms of like, do I feel proud? I'm proud of the work that's gone into the manufacturing and the making of this, but in terms of like creativity, I don't think it's very creative. I think probably, I would assume tons of magicians would have had the same idea. The only thing that blows me away about PROCAPS is that nobody did it before me. I did my research. My friend Cranzo popped up and did a bunch of crediting on bottle cap and like cylinder tricks. And as far as I can find, and anyone else can find, nobody did this before me, which just seems obvious. But yeah, that's the only thing about it. So I don't know what you guys think about that. It's interesting to know your thoughts on it anyway. I actually can't wait for the Society of Secrets and for decks. Oh, guys, I am good boy. Hello to good boy DQ. Dude, King OK, I am so hyped for the Society of Secrets. Like, you guys don't understand how excited I am to bring that to you, because there's so much stuff that I've wanted to share on my channel that I just literally cannot because the secrets are too good. But I think it's going to help me become a better magician. And I think you guys, if you like what I put on my channel, which is essentially just the B-side material of all my creations, then you're going to love the Society of Secrets. But let me read some of these comments through. We got KK actually comment for that. Toma, the dynamic coin used to be one of my favorite tricks as a kid. Can't wait to use it present day with PROCAPS. Thanks. Dude, same. I actually, it was one of the first things I ever bought was dynamic coins, or had bought for me because I was so young. And I remember, like, it's the strangest thing. And anyone that had it performed on them before they were a magician and didn't know the method, I could not figure out how it was done. Like, to me, it was real magic. These coins would just vanish in. And as soon as I learned how it was done, I couldn't, like, unsee the secret. And the only thing that ever stopped me like taking it to school and showing my friends all the time is that I was super embarrassed at a young age of doing magic. I used to hide it to myself. And anytime I did do magic, I would try to do things like spontaneously so that people wouldn't, I don't know, it was a bit of an odd school that I was in. So I would try and, I was young, I wouldn't know it was organic magic. I would just try to do magic with objects that didn't look like so magician, like I would get called on it immediately. So I always had a set of dynamic coins around my house and with me, but never did it. And I always thought if I could ever do dynamic coins, I liked it so much that I would do it more if I could do it in a casual sense, and that became PROCAPS. And Rory Adams actually named it for me. It was actually going to be called Dynamics, but I figured it was too close to the name. I actually have packaging if you guys want to see. Guess you guys are going to be the first to see this. And when it was going to be called. I need to remember, but the original packaging was called Dynamics. And I changed it to PROCAPS thanks to Rory Adams. He's great with like product consultancy and stuff like that. All right, let me read some more comments coming in. Good boy DQ says, am I connected? Yes, you are. You got Gert Gruson. Hello there, Gert. Hope you're doing good. Brett Anderson. What's up, Lloyd? Hello from Pennsylvania, US. Yo, what's up, Pennsylvania? How you doing, Brett? Brendan says, Lloyd, I just wanted to let you know I got the timestamps for the last stream in the comments. Oh, man, you absolute belter. Thank you so much. Okay, what's this? Oh, all right. Before I even read out, fire, diamonds, and eyes emojis, and a lightning bolt first for Alex Kilpatrick in the comments, who's just done a super chat. Alex, thank you so much, mate. I really, really appreciate that. Now I need to reset the little stream thing, and then I'll read your comment out loud for everyone. Thank you so much, dude. He says, already pre-ordered PROCAPS and can't wait to start performing it. I'm going to have to buy some bottles of Coke to pour out and use as throwaway carriers for this. Dude, thank you so much. One thing I'll say, and we expressly haven't claimed that it can in the ad copies, that there's so many different size bottles out there that the caps do and don't fit on a bunch. So sometimes they do fit on, sometimes they don't when the shells are out of the cap. So if I take one now, just because of the way they're designed, the cap looks for all intents and purposes real, and you can have a really good close-up look, but it won't. There's no guarantee it's going to fit on a bottle cap just because the shapes and sizes are all unique. But I do that when I do perform with this. I have it. So I find a bottle cap that it fits onto. Water seems to be the most common ones that it fits, or I just have it and then just act like I'm taking it off without it being on there. But it's no one ever cares at all. Nemil Shibani Mohammed says I can't even read the comment. It's a foreign language. I'm so sorry. Could you maybe translate it and help me? Oh God, there's so many comments. Okay. What is the secret? What is that secret link? What secret link, King OK? All right. I'll tell you guys now. It's in the about of the video of the stream. If you go to Lloyd.tv, so everyone do that now and sign up to the mailing list. It's basically just a precursor that's in place before the membership launches. Anyone that signs up in next week or in the next few days even will be getting a brand new exclusive trick emailed directly to them, a trick that's not going to be on my YouTube channel. So it's just sign up to the newsletter it's basically about the Society of Secrets, and you'll find out before everyone else about it. But if you go and do that, then in the next few days, you'll get something exclusive sent to you in your emails, which nobody else has, or won't be on my YouTube channel for sure. Okay, more comments. Day of Christmas, I need it. Astrofun, hello Astrofun. Howdy from Arizona, US. What's up, Arizona? How you doing? Me Tesla, M3 Tesla. Tigger T, what's going on, Tigger T? Nice to have you back in. Hello from Goa, India, Lord Placebo. Oh, Lord Placebo. Goa in India is actually my number one favorite place on planet Earth. I would love to come and visit you. Legit. Oh, what an... All right, more super chats coming in from Alex Kilpatrick. Thank everyone. This time you need to do a monkey face and a fisty bump and a fire emoji for Alex Kilpatrick's super chat as I refresh the chat. Yo, thank you so much, Alex. I'll read out the comment now. As long as it at least looks like I'm taking it off the bottle when throwing the bottle away, I think it'll completely sell the organicness of it. Yeah. So yeah, if it'll either fit some bottles, obviously because universal. Bottles are all different shapes and sizes universally. I just generally, if I don't even have, like, if this was the bottle that I had, I should have really brought a bottle on stream. But if this was the bottle that I had, well, it kind of fits this one actually. But if it didn't fit it, I just hold, like, say that's the screw, I just hold it just above it, and then it should go. Like, it's the least suspicious part of the entire effect. Wait, how many people have signed up already? Ooh, should I go and check? Thank you all for signing up. If you didn't hear that, go to Lloyd.tv. I'm more hyped that I managed to get that domain name because there's like Lloyd.com is gone. That is some German shoe brand. And then there's what's the other one? And then LloydBarnes.com is a real estate company. So in America. So I was like, can't get that. Okay, we got people joining the mailing list already. And so I was like, I want something cool, like something with like a .tv then maybe, because there's twitch.tv and I do video. All my stuff is video based. And I managed to get Lloyd. It cost a fair chunk of change, but I managed to get Lloyd.tv. So yeah, go check that out. But let me read some more of these comments. Man, there's so many comments coming in. Okay. Go India. Kuchik Shibraz, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hello, I'm from Turkey. My name is Said. Said? What's going on, man? Thanks for joining. Sean, I'm so excited about Society Secrets. Already pre-ordered, says... thank you, dude. Miko Luco, hey, Lloyd, still waiting for the cards. Maybe they come next week. Yeah, hopefully they come next week. Kaylee 100% sent them out. I know, actually, in the chat, if anyone else has received them previously or like still receiving them because we sent out... I can't remember. There's a post with how many we sent out, though. And some people are getting them later than others. Brenden, I know you're a very, very busy man, but I emailed you a little gift of creation I think you will enjoy. Hope you aren't too overworked this week. Oh, dude, I haven't seen the email, but thank you very much. I will check it out. This week is like the week where I am terrified of how much there is to do. Because obviously I work for Murphy's full time, so I commit myself to those in my weekday working hours. And then either side of it, 6 a.m. I go for runs. I go for like 10-mile runs in the morning. I've upped them a little bit. And in the evenings, I then work on anything to do with my YouTube. But this week, it's my YouTube I'm working on and the Society of Secrets, which launches on a week this Tuesday. And I just want it all to be like perfect. I want you guys to have like great content waiting for you when you get in there. I want it all mapped out. I want it all like branded really nice so you get like the feel of it like I do. And then it's just all ready for you. All right, so Gruson says, is there any sneaky moves involved with your cap trick? I fancy the brass version, but seeing your promotion of cap version, it seemed like you can spill out the coin pile. That in what you're speaking to, I think is so the coin stack is, there's nothing new with the PROCAPS version. That's why I was saying earlier it's not my most proudest creation in terms of creativity, because I've just reskinned the original classic brass version to look like bottle caps. There's been some changes that I had to make with the design, so this is quite interesting, I think, actually, if you guys are interested in this. So bottle caps look like this, right? Bring the camera. Bottle caps look like that, and the brass caps look like this. So when I first started making this, I can show you the old prototypes. If you really want to see the old prototypes of this, let me know, but I'll have to go and get them from that bottom drawer there. But basically I made them in red, and they had this lip on it, right? Because that lip is there, that exists for the bang ring to sit in, so that you can bang the coin shells out. And I realized they just didn't. I basically the initial version of it, I said, can you just make this in red plastic? And then I realized, oh, actually, bottle caps don't actually look just like this, because this has that edge. See that lip there? So I needed to get rid of it. But when you get rid of it, then the new problem becomes, well, how does this ring sit on the cap? How are you gonna get a bang ring? Because I the one thing I do feel small amount of like proudness about in terms of the creation of this is the moment I realized that bottle caps have an almost natural bang ring. And I was like, oh yeah, they do. They come up with this twisty part. And so I had to figure out, well, what can I do? And it was looking through research that I noticed that it's quite a few now, but like some Mountain Dew bottles have rings that are slightly bigger than the cap itself. So they snap internally instead of just being like the exact same size, they sit in it. And I seen that and I thought, oh, I could just put an edge in there and that will hold the cap up enough to dislodge the shell. And it becomes the bang ring. And for all intents and purposes, it looks exactly the same. So it's not completely identical to the brass cap version, but there's no new features. So the stack of coins doesn't split. You know, they are just essentially a shell stack. And let me read some comments. So I hope that helps. I've gone way too far back up. Jodyberg says, can the Pro Caps fit on a bottle? We just discussed this, but basically it depends on the bottles. Some bottles they can, some bottles they can't. I find that there's water bottles that it can screw on more commonly than other bottles. But like we just said, I should have had a bottle, but if this was a bottle that it didn't fit on, literally when I'm just chatting, I just hold it on top. And then I just, let me show you something with this. Like, it's the least suspicious moment in the entire, like, no one gives a crap. Quick look at the box, look like Christmas candy. Yeah. I designed the box myself as well. I completely designed, I mean, the whole, apart from the idea of shell coins, which is over 100 years old almost now. I designed the whole thing myself. There you go, if you want to look at it. It's really cool. I think it's cool. I'm a nerd. Brenden said, let's go, man. We're pre-order. Is there any type of magic? Okay, so Ticket T is asking, first of all, Stu says, are you attending the session 2023? Yep, I'll be there, dude, 100%. Ticket T says, is there any type of magic you haven't created a trick for? You've done cards, apps. Does this count as a coin trick? Yeah, I'd say this counts as a coin. I have a bunch of coin magic. I have some really original coin gimmicks that are out. In fact, one of them called Peeled on Illusionist is one of my favorite optical creations that I've ever made as a full coin thing. Joel McQuaig, I hope I pronounced that correctly. How much will ProCaps cost? So ProCaps costs $39, and it comes with, so I thought like that's a reasonable price. It was a pretty good price anyway, considering the manufacturing that goes into it. But also it comes with 2 hours of 2 hours of tutorials from Craig Petty. So we went to Smoke and Mirrors Magic Bar in Bath, and Craig performed ProCaps there on different people, and he performed a bunch of different routines from ProCaps, and then he teaches them. And in the download, there's the uncut live performances and the tutorials, and some of the routines. I'm not even going to say it myself. I'll wait for the reviews to drop. But I think the routines are, and Craig's teaching, like I would happily pay $40 for that and the old dynamic coins, let alone the new ProCaps. Ulrich Eichseth, I think I pronounced your name correctly. What's the difference between P.O. Box and ProCaps? I think P.O. Box is an Okito box. And I'm not 100% like, I don't do a lot of stuff with Okito boxes at all, but they're two different things. I don't want to get into exposing P.O. Box, but they are very different. Signed up. Already done. Already done. Wow, thank you so much, guys. Okay, this is how far behind I am in the comments. Does it come with gimmicked coins? Says Magic Blueprint. So it comes with the coin stack, not the coin you need on top, which is, I'm using a 10 pence, and in the US you can use a quarter. It just comes with the coin shell that you use. So just put one coin on top, the one that fits in your local currency, and that's it. Then you can add in stacks of pennies or rolled up pieces of paper, even torn corners of playing cards. Like Craig has an effect where a torn corner of a playing card is used with PROCAPS. Literally bonkers. Kevin Connors, this is a great question. It's very clear the bottom coin is larger. That's my only reservation. That is the best question or observation we've had today. So, let me show you. In the video, we used this lens. I think I just killed 10 people. Which is a macro close-up lens, which gives you those extreme close-up shots where you can pick up more detail than the human eye can see. The reality is, this screen that you're watching now is more like what the audience sees, and that's what they see. You can see it right there. It's very, very hard to tell that it's big. And the reason that it's slightly bigger is because we have these screws, this thread on the inside of the cap, which is there to look realistic. They stick out just slightly. So to lock it in place, we just had to extend this out. But for me, I found that it slightly, let me turn off the blur. It slightly enhances the illusion because, well, point in case, I stacked these coins. I'm going to move them super carefully to the side so you can see. Oh, I'll just turn the camera because I don't want to mess with them. I placed these down without thinking, just nonchalantly, and they didn't stack perfectly because we as humans don't stack coins precision perfectly. So when the bottom coin is a bit bigger, and I always have the top coin. If you look, my top coin's off just a little bit, and I purposefully move it just one side, just a little bit. It looks like exactly what I did without thinking right there, which it looks like the coins are just, the stack is not precision made like a robot did it, and it just sells the illusion. But the reality is, we shot those close-ups, like close-up 100mm macro lens. The reality is, like somebody commented saying that the ridges on the side, could we not have made them so that they were random instead of straight lines, which is actually one of the things that I looked into. When I first seen sample photos, I said, can we move those ridges so that it looks like they're turned instead of in a straight line? And when I say ridges, I mean the ones that run down. And they said it's actually a bit more difficult if we want to do that because of the way we were manufacturing them. And then they said, but let us send you the coins anyway, and you can see if you need to twist those ridges. And when we got the shells, I realized that I'd have to do this to actually see those ridges. So it's one of those. It was what I had the same thing as you guys, or as Kevin, where I had magician's guilt, or at least because I had seen close-up photographic shots, which are more intense than what we can actually see casually from, the distance of eyes to table. We were shooting up close like this. That's how close those photos are, right? You can see those photos on the product page. They're even closer than that. But the reality is the audience see them this far away. So they just have no hope whatsoever. But I really quite like the fact that it doesn't look machine perfect. And we have a super chat. Super chat from Jason Yoakum. Guys, drop some love emojis for Jason. That's the love. Love and fire emojis. Jason, thank you so much, dude. I really, really appreciate that, man. Drop some fire emojis and some love emojis there. I don't know what I just did. I just deleted a bunch of super chat stuff, I think. Okay, hopefully that's back. I didn't kill the super chat. Thank you so much, Jason. I really appreciate it. Okay. Your magic, okay. It's very clear the bottom coin. Your magic is great, really inspiring. Thank you so much, Zach. Brenden says, I feel so special to know about this. Lloyd, should I timestamp that announcement on the stream? Also, do you think the timestamps help the stream later on for viewers? The timestamps definitely help because people have commented and told me that they do, and they've messaged and told me that they do. And I don't mind if you do timestamp that part about the going to Lloyd.tv. Okay, so a great question from No Way says, I'm late here, sorry. Question. Why put the recycle logo on the cap? Doesn't resemble a recognizable cap, looks suspicious. I should have brought bottle caps with me, more general bottle caps to this live stream to show you. Javier and George, who live in the US, and then me over here in the UK, because these fit US and UK coins, we went to our local stores and picked up a ton of bottles. I got like Coke, Sprites, in the UK, Fantas, everything. All the caps in the UK have a recycle logo on them, or they have some form of recycle logo on them. So like, for example, Coca-Cola says, some of them say, please recycle me. Some have the recycle logo. Some have a man putting something into the trash bin. And there was a ton of the same in the US as well, more than not. And because it's the most common thing that we could find, we decided to go with the most common thing. And I liked somebody somewhere, maybe on the Magic Cafe or something, one commenter said that it made them look cheap. And that was mission accomplished. Absolutely. If these looked special, if these bottle caps looked as special and as expensive as these do, then they're going to draw attention. It's like the, Darren Brown talks about it in his, I think his Pure Effect book. Or is it Absolute Magic? One of you comment below. But I'm sure it's in the book where he talks about the imperfect perfect theory. And it's true, like when sometimes you do magic, you need to add in something that makes it look like it's gone wrong in terms of mentalism. Otherwise the trick is too good. And it's the same with this. We want these to look like, if bottle caps are in the real world, like the manufacturers try to make them as cheap as possible. So we need to make these look like they look. And by adding a recycle logo on them to match, and then having someone goes, oh, that makes it look cheap. Thank you. Like, good. I don't want any attention on this, like, at all. Like, this needs to be, like, boring to the spectator. So that's why we chose it. And if anyone's really against it, because of the way we made them, you can just rub it off. So basically, everyone has the option to have it on and off, because you can just rub it off. If you don't want to, you can put, like, some nail polish remover on it. But if we didn't put it on, we'd get complaints that it didn't have it on there at the same time because it's so commonplace. It's like one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't, but I figured give everyone the choice. So I hope that answered your question. It's a really good observation. I'm glad you brought it up. I think and hope I was the first to subscribe. I can check if you were the first to subscribe, I think. Nope, you were not the first to subscribe. In fact, you were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th to subscribe, King OK. Hey, Josh and Riley from Crete. How's your holiday going, dude? Dave Christmas, you're still waiting for your cards. You're in the UK. Your card should have been there the few days after everybody else. So let me double check. Love the domain. Oh, thanks, Josh. Is there an audible snap into place? I'll show you the sounds that come that this makes, really. So obviously you got to bang them out. If you were going to change these into a stack of coins, let me show you guys this. I like this subtlety too, by the way. So like as you're going to place these down, I like to do this because it sounds like that stack is moving. It's a great illusion. But yeah, you can do that. And then this is what happens. So if I go more silent than the real world, this is the sound it makes. Okay, so now I'm going to click it into place. So that's the sound it makes, okay? And then they've changed, obviously. So if you're performing and you'd say, oh, please take the cap, place them over the coins, put your finger on top, anything you like, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, you're not going to hear anything. Did that answer the question, I hope? Would love to see the prototype. Okay, if you give me 2 seconds, we got quite a lot of people watching right now. Do I have any here? I'm going to try and find the prototypes for you. Oh, there goes my mic. in this box, so you can see the difference that we made. And if they're not in this box, then they're in that bottom drawer. And at the same time, I'll read out some comments. I could really use some help from Kaylee to do this. Why'd you put this recycle logo? Oh, I've answered that. Wow. Hey Lloyd, do you remember I'm the one who gave you the idea for the series where you show Kaylee's process in Oregon? Yes, I do remember. Wasn't it you that named it or something as well? Big thanks. Oh, what's this? Oh, okay. Stu, guys, drop some emojis, drop some love into the chat below for Stu, who's just done a super chat. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate that, man. I can't wait to go to the session. It seems like loads of you are going to be there. We need to have like a giant meetup, maybe like the night before or somewhere else in there. I tell you what, the prototypes, I have a bunch of photos of them on my phone. I can show you on my phone. But I don't want to be off screen too long because you guys will just bail. Okay, where are we on these comments? Has a retro feel. Big thanks, Lloyd. Sure, love to see the work in process. Okay, cool. Can we see the prototypes? Does it work with a coin that has a diameter of 23.3 millimeters? I don't know what coin that is, and it's more of a trial and error thing, getting the coins that works. All I know is that quarters are slightly smaller. So I'll show you guys this if I get the blue version out. Yeah. So quarters are slightly smaller than UK 10 pence pieces. So if you search for their diameters, anything around those sizes will fit, and color as well. Color orientation. Is that even a word? I don't think color orientation. Marton Jacob Blansky said, I'm an idiot. I've just watched the old Danny Goldsmith stream, not realizing you're live at the moment too. Well, at least you're here now, man. Are you coming to Magic Convention by Vanishing Ink? Lord Placebo says, London Heathrow. Yes, I'll be there. I will be at the session convention. Kevin Gordon, is the larger bottom coin an issue? It's very... Oh, I've answered that question. Why do I mean... The trailer was amazing, says Kochon Epike. Thanks, man. Well, my friend Midge shot the trailer in the UK, and then I edited together the footage. And the edit was actually really easy. It only took me one day. It all fell together really nice because the reactions were so great. I had somebody comment on some forum that what did they say? They said that people were, that's it. They said, what was it? They accused Craig of having the audience like in on it. They said, the people were acting up for the camera being there. And it was super annoying because in the UK, like Kim Anderson will explain, and loads of people don't like to shoot trailers in the UK because our audience, as soon as there's a camera there, they clam up. And they give really like lackluster, or tend to like, because we're quite a shy country, or very, what's the word? We're very proper country. So those audiences, as soon as that camera came out, they were doing amazing reactions. The camera came out and we were doing a few tricks and they were like suddenly like mute. And so the reactions in the trailer were not the crazy reactions we were getting off the trailer. So it was quite like nice that the guy was accusing us of overacting the reactions. But the reality was, they've gone a bit subdued because the camera came out. What about Canadian quarter? I don't have a Canadian quarter here, Joel. So I'm not sure. But if it's within like a fraction of a millimeter, the size of either side of a quarter or a UK 10 pence, you're in with a good shout of it working. But... I know like many Magic dealers are getting them into their stores worldwide throughout the next week. So I'm guessing that they're going to be making a rundown of what coins are going to fit and what coins aren't. We did try to get our hands on a bunch of different coins, but there was just so many. Very many. Oh, Stu, yeah, missed you, man. Where were you? Jonah, can you do a performance of what it looks like? I need a spectator really, because the performance that I mainly use it for is a coin transpo, and I use a quiver as well. I haven't got near me. If you notice in the trailer, there's a clip of Craig uses it with a quiver wallet as well, and Javier does it too. There's a clip of Javier performing it to the lady, and she picks it up and the coins transpose. That's the main routine that I've been using with this. But it's something I would do with somebody here, and I'm streaming on my own. But the basic way I use it is very simple. Just to have the coins covered, either have somebody place their hands on it, and then I have them vanish. And I flick them and show the stack like that. And the main, I mean, all this is covered in the tutorial, but the main thing for me is that this isn't important in the routine. Like, this is used as like, oh, I'm going to cover it with this cap. And then when the magic happens, I don't draw attention to the cap either. And the focus is on the coins, or as you'll understand in some of the routines, the end point of where the coins end up. And by doing that structured routine, then people don't want to examine. Now, I will say, in complete honesty, there are some challenges that come with trying to replicate these brass caps out of plastic bottle caps. As in, these, I'm a bit more comfortable letting people examine them, because the way, like, they're made out of brass, so they're naturally heavy. Because these are plastic caps that have a coin in it. If you take any plastic cap now and go and put a coin in it that fits inside, like as close to the same size as possible. So, example, a Coca-Cola cap and a quarter or a 10 pence. You'll feel the difference in weight immediately. Combine that with an internal shell insert that is made out of metal. It feels heavier when you lift it in certain orientations. So when somebody lifts it up by the edges, it doesn't feel as heavy. But when you start to manipulate it, you can feel, because there is metal inside there, and unless the UK and the quarter coins that are going in there were not real coins, and obviously you guys are using real coins, we are, it would be very, very difficult to completely negate the difference in weight. So the way that I mainly structure it is to have, I don't even have them examine the cap. It's almost like when we magicians say to a spectator, now, sign the card. Or we worried about, but the spectator can't sign the card in that routine. It's like, well, they don't think of signing things as a thing. It's like when magicians say, oh, check it's not a special gimmick deck before doing a trick. You just told the audience you're using a gimmick deck, or that gimmick decks exist. So for me, it's the same thing with this. It's backwards thinking. I just put the bottle cap on the table. It's like when Danny Dorty says the best false shuffle you can do is to just chuck the deck on the table, and let it spread like this, because you don't care about the deck, so therefore the deck's unimportant, and therefore they don't care about it either. Same for me with this. I don't say examine this bottle cap, make sure it's normal. I don't do it before. I don't do it after, because they don't care, because I don't care in my head, my outward appearance. So I place the cap down, I take the stack of coins, place them on the table. I say, watch, I'm going to cover the coins for just a moment, place your hand on top, and then I can have them, I like to have them change into something like a stack of coins. My good friend Rory Adams says, if anyone goes to oneahead.com, for me it's my favourite blog about creativity and magic on the internet. And he always talks about, I learned so much, but one of the concepts he says is that in the TV realm especially, when you're going to make something vanish, it's better to have it reappear somewhere. And the same with if you're going to make something, and again, the same concept, if you're going to do something like this, it's better to have the object change. Because if I was to just make these vanish, right? So make the stack vanish, gone. The audience want to look for where they've gone. But if I make them vanish, under the coaster or somewhere else is the stack of 10 pence coins, or they're now back in my pocket where they began, like a time travel routine. Suddenly they're now focused on where they are, not where they were, and that just gives you that ease in the moment to then get clean or proceed on to the next part of the routine. So for me, the most important thing is that I just don't make this suspicious. It's just aiding me. This is the vehicle to get me to the end point, as opposed to being the end point. So what I mean by that is, if the coins vanish, ta-da, they're gone. This is the end. This is the destination. But if the coins change into pennies, boom, like this, now these are the destination. This was just the vehicle to get there. Bit heady, bit preachy, so please tell me to shut up. But that's the way, this is how I can perform this so confidently and never get caught with it. But just a small note. They do lock into place, and you do need a bang ring to get them out. But I'm just a bit more cautious because these are brass. Brass is naturally heavy. Even putting a normal coin in a bottle cap changes the weight of it, so I just handle it a bit differently, and I try to just think my magic through, and as you should anyway. Okay, let me catch up on some of these. Big fan here from Hong Kong. Yo, Kara, you. Thanks for tuning in, dude. I would love to see the prototype. Is it possible for you to tell how is your top coin not moving? Great question, Toma. I just put a tiny dab of double stick tape on it because and this is actually great point, because this is a universal design. Quarters are slightly thinner than UK coins, so with a quarter, if it hasn't got double stick tape in it or just a bit of blue tack under it, anything like that, then it can rattle a little bit. So I mean I do it anyway because I don't want that top coin ever falling off in my stack. I think it's just a smart play. But we just add in a bit of double stick tape or a glued or anything just to stick it so then it doesn't rattle slightly. And then that helps in more ways than one. If anyone is Stu Batman, if anyone is looking for a moonshine deck, the Card Inn has them in stock, £12.95. Great. Routines, all good, dude. I just managed to get on. Ian Cheer, what's up? Can you give a brief explanation of PROCAPS? Yeah, I kind of have been given a brief explanation. It's essentially dynamic coins, but made out of bottle caps with alterations to make it look as realistic to bottle caps as we can. So, I mean, this is a shell, coin shell. So, for example, you can take a stack of pennies, you can place it on someone's hand, cover it with a cap, say any magic incantation that you like, and then have the coins change into pennies in their hands. Nemrod does that all the time. He has a brick left. I'm so behind on the comments, so please forgive me. I'm trying to keep up as best as I can. Where am I at? Oh my god, there's so many comments. Okay. I'm still surprised how you knew the decks from stock. Kraus Audio, getting awesome reaction to the rubber band through Card Illusion. Many WTFs. Thanks for sharing your passion. Much love and groovy vibes from Philadelphia. Yo, thank you so much, Kraus. Thanks for performing that. That video is completely blown up for me. I'm so thankful to you guys, and I hope you guys are enjoying it like Kraus is as well. Julian Tiffer says subscribe. By the way, anyone that's just tuning in, head to Lloyd.tv, subscribe to the mailing list, and you might get something special and exclusive sent to you this week. Exactly. My plan is to hold onto the actual Coke or whatever bottle cap up here to take the gimmick off the bottle, form an effect or two, and then swap the gimmick for the real cap and toss it. Yeah, the other thing you can do is to, as you perform the trick, you can just dislodge the shell into your hand if you don't lock it tight, and then hand that back out, which is a nice way to clean up, which I've done a few times. It's really insightful to know how I made them. Thanks, dude. Is there a part of the tutorial on how to remove it? Yep, there's a part of the tutorial about that. Dude, this thing is amazing. What the hell? Thanks, man. Says Martin. Not bad. In the trailer, it looked like the whole thing jarred and snapped together right on. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. In the trailer. So in the trailer, I wanted to try to really zone. So I sometimes I use a macro lens. Sometimes I don't. I wanted to use this zoomed in macro lens to sort of highlight the smaller edge and to show all the finer details, because it made it look. And this is going to sound a little bit silly to say, but it made the problems look exacerbated. And I wanted people then when they get them to think, oh, that looks nowhere near as bad. In a way, it's better to under promise, over deliver. So we're super confident with it. I thought by showing, it's like they say, if you're ever going to sell a car, a used car, than to really like photograph any tiny scratches that the car have, even the ones that nobody looks at, but put them in the first photos when you sell that car, because then the buyer that's going to buy it knows that you're being extremely honest to the point of overkill. And it's the same thing I wanted to achieve with this, is that I wanted to make that lip look a bit bigger than it should, and I wanted to highlight those ridges which you can't really see unless you, and the hard thing is having to hold it still, but unless you stop and stare, which a spectator doesn't get the chance to, because then when you get them in your hands, you go, oh, this is actually pretty damn good. I was unfamiliar with diamond coins. What's the difference between diamond coins and nickels to dimes? Okay, magic. So nickels to dimes isn't in the UK. From my understanding, nickels to dimes is just the one cap and the stack. And someone correct me if I'm wrong, but it's not like a UK done thing. It's more popular in the US, aka the name as well. Nickels, dimes, we don't even have those coins over here. And I think it's just one brass cap and the stack of coins. So dynamic coins, which was invented in 1975, produced by Tenyo, is when they put this all together and made it into a routine. I called it Stacker or Teacher. That's a good name, King OK. Wait, the newsletter is up. Membership isn't for a few days, I think. That's one of the reasons to go forever. I can see, I love that people are having just a conversation between themselves. Subbed you. Oh, thank you so much, MosFet. I really appreciate that. You just subbed and have an amazing channel. Thank you. People donating so much and it's awesome. Yeah, I know. Thank you so much for all the super chats, yo. Nickels to dimes. I also reacted to that slightly bigger coin, but I think a person not knowing the mechanics of this and not knowing what will happen or what to expect will see or reflect on that. Yeah. And I thought, hey Sean, how you doing, man? So the one thing that was a great test for me with this is that when I spoke to Craig about it, and he was literally nearly like strangled me to get involved with the project, I don't get heckled ever when I perform, mainly because I don't perform at gigs. Whenever I perform magic, it's always people. I've explained this so many times on the channel, but I use like a ploy from Greg Wilson. But basically, people, I get my audience, my participant, to ask me to do magic, and I say no a few times, and eventually, when I give in, they're like, please show us something, and then when I do, they feel like I'm doing them a favor because they've asked me a few times. It's like if you ask somebody to come and help you move furniture, you don't tend to then critique them. So for me, when I perform, my audience never heckles me. But Craig's got the gift of the gab, and Craig pokes fun at his audience, and he has banter, with all different types, and a lot of drunk people. So I thought if anyone was going to be called ever on this trick in public, it would be 100% Craig Petty, because some of the people he performed to were just wasted, and drunk people are like toddlers. The first thing that comes to their head, they say. So I sat back, watched Midge film, and I thought, well, if he's ever going to get called on the lip, or the caps being heavy, if anyone ever is going to be Craig. And he didn't, at all. And we filmed that a good solid couple of months ago, and it was after that filming session, because I was confident in it, but it was really after that filming session, I was like, okay, this is dope. This is really, really sick. Are you on a magic server? Nevio, by the way, you talking about Discord, with the Society of Secrets opening up, there will be a private Society of Secrets Discord that you get access to if you're a member. And I basically live on there full time because I'm not on social media. Kian, the best magician, says, have you met Shin Lim? Yes, I know Shin Lim. Yeah, Shin's a ledge. 2 Scotsmen, 2 Irishmen, 2 Welshmen, and 2 Brits were stranded on a desert island, says Alex Kilpatrick. I'm waiting to hear the 8 Stefan says, also looking forward to meet you at the session. Oh, hell yes, I can't wait. I love the ProCaps idea. Sorry if you already answered it, but was it a production or design choice to make them USA and UK, not Euro? It was a factor of, well, mainly selfishness, obviously, because I live in the UK. I want to do this. It's my creation. But also, I figured that that it could be universal. And this was probably the biggest trick, is there's just this fine-tuned point, and it's within 0.01 or 2 of a 0.01 or 2 of a millimeter either way, and it costs a bit of money to make these different shells in the prototype phase, and we had to go through about 9 of them to just get it just bang on. But I figured out, like, after a lot of trial and error, that you could do it with US and UK. So it was better to offer these options. It was better to offer the product to more people as opposed to just doing like euros or just doing one other. And depending on how popular these are with the people around, you guys who are purchasing it, we'll absolutely make this in other currencies as well. So euro, any Asian currencies, Canadian, and what have you. But it depends. I don't know how this is going to do. The only products I've ever released before, like, thankfully, of 99% of them been bestsellers, but I've never had any experience because I think that they're quite unique creations. Whereas this is like a skin on an old concept. I'm just colouring an old concept. So I have no idea how they're going to sell. Look at my t-shirt. Is that all covered in dust? From what I can see, it's opened up to pre-sale so far, and there's not many left already, which is a great sign because we did buy a lot in. Yeah, so it just depends on, like, if the demand is there, and if there's not, then, it doesn't make sense to do it. But so far, so good. I can't wait to meet you all at the session. Like, I've got to just say that again. Like, I'm so super hyped about that. Julian Tiflaw says 50 cent, I think that's a euro symbol, should work. So I don't want to confirm or deny that. I don't know if it works, but I can try and get my hands on one and test it out. I think my my in-laws are in Europe this week, so maybe they can get one for me. Brenden said, Lloyd, I'm going to head off, but I promise to rewatch the stream and timestamp your best parts. Thank you so much, dude. Glad to know these help and hope you find my email. I'll have a look through after the session, dude. Paul Hutchison says, nice. All right, so you guys, when I'm reading these chats, sometimes the chat box just goes bloop, and it like, here we go. Paul, yo, Lloyd, first live session. Oh, hell yeah. Thanks for tuning in, dude. I have tuned in to hope you're well. Watched all the other services on a Monday. What? 11 all over. Dude, yes. Glenfield and hope you and your family. Thank you so much, Glenn. We're doing good, man. I hope you're keeping well. I hope everyone's doing good out there as well. Paul Smith says 10p equals 2.45 centimeter, quarter equals 2.4 centimeters. Yeah, and we were measuring in millimeters when we were doing this too. I think so. We were using that. Where did it go? Like one of those little calibrators to do them. 360k views. Just asked about this on Magicians Only. Got the answer. Thanks. Sweet. I'm glad I could help. Brenden, have a fantastic day. Paul, that's right. There's an Israeli 5 shekel. Should also work PROCAPS. Are the holographic cherries worth buying? Yes, they're dope. Thank you, Sean, about the comments on the trailer. Review secrets. Hey, Flavor, FPV. Sean J says, by the way, so if you have any more questions about PROCAPS whilst we're on, now is the time to ask them. But I'll read Sean J Magician asks, which effect / trick / app are you most proud of out of all of your creations? There's a few. I'd say, like, in terms of app, I'm really proud of Cypher because it was the first to do the magic calculator app that can give out a toxic force and took in information and converted it. And then I know there's been loads more others, some that are way better made, but Cypher was the first, and I'm really proud of that. Cognito, I think there's some concepts within Cognito that are, as an app, that I'm really proud of because it's the closest 100% thing to complete mind reading that I've ever experienced in my magic creative journey. And to think that, like, most of these things that I create, like, even though I create them, I don't feel like it's me that's created them. When I look back, I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I was lucky to be part of it. But it's crazy to think that Cognito is something that I create with my friend Owen Garfield as well, because it's one of those products that if I hadn't created it, I would still think it was like one of the best apps out there. And in terms of, like, physical products, I'm really proud of Lux because it's such an, like, for me, like, an original concept, and it works so well. And I like the Ghost system. I really like the Ghost system, even though it's not in stock anymore and hopefully won't be any certain company. I'm really proud of that too. God, that's just basically me just being arrogant for 5 minutes, so please ignore. I'm sorry about that. Sean says, I have a good question. Do you? Okay, I'll judge the question. My concern is when placing a quarter on top of the gimmick stack, should the colour of the edge of the quarter supposed to look identical to make it look authentic? Sean, that's a great question. And check this out. This is going to answer your question right now. So this is a camera. This isn't a human eye, but I'm in a well-lit room. This is a HD camera, and you're going to be able to see pretty much what you would see if you were really here. So let me turn the blur off. So you can see these two coins. That's the UK, that's the US. All right. But this US quarter is super discolored. It's really, really discolored. I just don't have many US quarters, so I just found an old dirty one. Unless you stop and have it pointed out, like, they really don't notice, like, at all. And the thing is, if you had a real stack of coins like this, this coin is really shiny. These coins are dirty. So the reality of the situation is, if you had a stack of coins, the top one might be dirty. It might be really shiny. And you just can't really tell. And it doesn't make a difference. And that's one of the nice things about this, is that by using a real coin, it's real. The top coin is real. So if it's discolored, it doesn't matter, because not every coin is the same color. Does that make sense? Magic Alan. Hey, Lloyd. Hey, Magic Alan. Is magicians only like farmers only? Magic Blueprint says, when are they being released? They're being released on Halloween, I believe, the 31st of October, which, as Stu corrected me last week, is the death day of Houdini. Is it called a death day, like a birthday? The Fess says, I know the coins that appear after the routine are regular coins, but the dynamic coins aren't. Do people want to inspect the dynamic coins before the routine? No, and you'll see in the instructions, but the main way that Craig gets into it is by starting off with a stack of 10 pence, real coins, that he false transfers for the stack. So he will have 10 pence coins here. Let me see if I can show on camera, actually. I don't know. Imagine these are silver coins, but he will just start like this, throw all the coins on the floor. But he has this like amazing way that he just like gets into shape and places them down like that. So basically, they get to actually examine real coins first, and then he goes into it. And I only talk about Craig because you're going to learn from him on the thing, but it does a really good thing on the teaching portion of the project is how much detail he goes into those switches and goes into those natural moves to get into and out of the routines. Probably more detail than I would have gone into. But actually, like, with seeing questions like that, I know he's done it the right way now. Hey, sorry, no worries, DS. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry to be that guy, but and this is Alex Bow, when they start phasing out the Queen's 10 pences and bringing the Kings, if they are a different shape, would you ever do a PROCAPS 2.0? Yeah, I think so. If the demand is there, the reality is that it's going to take a heck of a long time before they stop accepting coins with the Queen's head on in it, and because there's so many, it may be like a decade or something ridiculous. So I'm not too worried for the time being. But yeah, if it's a dramatic difference, then potentially yes. Use helium coin, says Miko. It's such a great idea. I know how you think it's important to credit creators. So on that, how do you feel if you're not credited? I saw your ban through card trick on Instagram, but the person said in the comments it's something he's been working on and never said it's yours. As far as I'm concerned, when it comes to the stuff that I share on YouTube, this is the thing, and this is, I know I keep talking about the Society of Secrets, which is not live yet, but the stuff that I share on YouTube is the B material. It's all the stuff that I think is like fun and interesting, but the reality was, if I didn't use my YouTube as a sketch pad, like an open sketch pad, it would be forgotten, or it'd be lost in one of my notebooks, or I would take it to the grave, because the ideas are not that great that I share on YouTube, and And so I don't really care if someone rips it off and says that they created it, because I think the concept is just fun and it's timestamped so people know that they're mine and they're up there. And I probably should be more, I don't know, like willing to fight. I have no idea what these lines are. Willing to fight for if someone claims it to be theirs. But the truth is, like, the stuff that I share on my channel every week on a Tutorial Tuesday is the B-side stuff. So, like, if somebody ripped off Lux or Cognito or something like that, then I'd be really pissed off. But I'm okay with the YouTube stuff. And also, the one thing I will say is that if people are trying to build their social media, I don't need to be, like, if a magician is performing on social media to a lay audience, so their main target demographic is laymen, then I don't care about being tagged. They don't need to tag me. I don't need laymen to know that the trick that they have was created. Magic should feel spontaneous and, like, organic. So the moment, like, you know, if somebody does this on Instagram and they have like 1 million layman followers, don't tag me. Don't say that a magician created it. Just say, watch what I can do with a stack of 10 pences and a bottle cap, because that's organic and that's how magic should appear. So on the other side of things, like, so if somebody was claiming that they made it themselves, that's a bit different. But a lot of people tag me on social media saying, "Oh, this is a great trick, or good trick, or whatever by Lloyd Barnes," and they're appealing to laymen, and I think, oh man, don't worry about it. Like, you don't need to. It sort of kills the magic a little bit. Martin, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correct, dude, because I can see the little line after the A, above the A. There's a certain energy you bring to magic that makes me want to perform. Thankful for that. Oh, thanks, dude. Thank you, man. It's funny because I'm not a big performer, but the more I do like my channel, the more I want to perform. I see viral TikTok videos that kind of make magic out to be cheap and crappy, but you pulled me back in again. Ah, thanks. Yeah, I mean, you know, magic is represented in so many different ways, and some people watching those like crappy TikTok videos might go off to become the next best thinker in magic. And you know, some people just really enjoy that. I totally get it, but it's not for me. It's not my style whatsoever. I really like visual social media magic, but I don't like the cheesy style of it. But also, I'm not a fan of like manipulation acts on stage and dancing magic acts, but I still think it's good. There's something to learn from it. Nevio asks, how can I join, I'll explain this, the Society of Secrets members only Discord server? So when the Patreon goes live on the 1st of November, anyone that joins up will automatically be given an invite link to the Society of Secrets members only Discord server. And it's going to be dope because I have Discord on my phone and I don't use any social media, and everyone knows, especially like Sean and people commenting, I just do not. I try not to use my messaging systems and WhatsApps and things because I spend so much time making magic. I just wouldn't have time to see my family, but the Discord I live on, so I'm really happy that like we're gonna actually be able to jam and discuss, and it's gonna be dope. That like I think it's gonna be bi-weekly or fortnightly that I'll be doing group chats. So I'll be hosting. We'll open up the video. We all just get on, jam hours. I think I don't know. This seems like we'd all have fun doing that. Stu says, "How did Kaylee like being part of the live last week?" She loved it, man. She really dug it, and she's a bit nervous coming on to start at the beginning. And she was like, "Oh, I hope I don't say anything to embarrass you, and I hope I like don't do anything silly." But I don't know. What did you guys think? Did you guys enjoy having Kaylee on the chat? Haha, comparing drunk people with toddlers, spot on. Or was it drunk toddlers with people? Yeah. Chris James says, all heckles went away with this. Great advice from Aaron Fisher. Answer any questions the audience has before they even know to ask it. That's a great piece of advice. Exactly. Nevio asks, what is the origin of PROCAPS? So aside from so the cylinder tube, nickels, dimes, basically, I've got the credits written down in my notes actually here, because I was speaking to Cranzo about this the other day. Yes, you guys probably know more than me. When did Cranzo? I love Cranzo, by the way. Comment on my Facebook. But the original dynamic coins was invented in 1975 by Hiroshi Kondo and Shigeru Sugawara. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And that was based off nickels to dimes that was created by Walter Gibson in 1926, and also the coin cylinder by Fred Lowe from 1966. So basically, the nickels to dimes is almost 100 years old, which is amazing. So the obvious origins for the method and the the main core of this product is that tenyos, tenyos, dynamic coins, and nickels to dimes. My personal origins with it is twofold. I don't know how much of this I want to say. I had dynamic coins as a kid, and I was desperate to perform them, but desperately embarrassed of them. Not to say it's an embarrassing trick for anyone else who does it, but for me, because I felt such a stigma for being involved in magic. There was 12 people in my age group in school, 6 boys, 6 girls, or 5 other boys and 6 girls. The 5 boys were football mad. I had a team. I wasn't on that team. And I did not want to stand out any more than I did. So magic was like a big no-no, and I just felt weird about it. So I loved them. I thought, that's why I think I love creativity so much, is that I was so much, because I didn't perform it, I had so much time to play with it and inspect it and think about it, that I just fell in love with the creativity of it. So I always wanted to find a way to do it, not just for me, but for anyone else that was like me as well. So I always had that idea running around my head. And at one point I was doing a bit of work with Tenyo, a small amount of work with Tenyo to refresh their entire back catalogue, or anything from their back catalogue that I wanted to make it modern. And I won't say more than that there. But at the same time around the same time that I had the idea for these, I had the idea for the Vanishing AirPods that were released on Illusionist. So I designed all of those as well, give them the paperwork, and it was not long before I quit Illusionist did I come up with the Vanishing AirPods as well, which was based off the ball and vase cylinder, ball and vase effect. So you could see where my head was mentally around that time. I was just looking at classic pieces of magic and thinking, how could I make it more modern? And what would that redesign look like? What elements would I need to add in or take away to make it work? For example, like we said at the beginning of the show, bottle caps don't have this edge which holds the bang ring up, for the bang ring to hold the brass cap up, because the bottle cap is sheared off flat. So things like that. Same with the Vanishing AirPods that Illusionist released. Just that process. So that was the sort of origin, and as you can probably imagine, I have a ton of other ideas like this in the bank, in the head bang. Okay, let me read Alex Kilpatrick's. After one day, the Welshman had started a singing group. After 2 days, the Scot had built a whiskey still. After 3 days, the Irishmen were passed out drunk. Magic Alan says, will I be at Blackpool? Abso-freaking-lutely. I will actually, yeah. Stay tuned to my, to the everything, like the YouTube channel and stuff, about a Blackpool notification. A big Blackpool notification coming up. King OK says, any updates about decks? Yeah, it's just still on track to be released end of December, early January. I wish it was faster. It's just there's such... the manufacturing globally has slowed down, so we're just trying to push it through the pipeline as quick as we can. We were considering trying to get like half of the units shipped over in time for November, so that we can at least get some up. But because of rising costs globally, to ship half and then ship the next half, it would mean the price of decks would have to go up like a stupid amount per unit for the customer. And I figured you guys would rather like wait than pay more. I know some of you are really passionate about it, don't get me wrong, like me. But in general, I think some people might just be looking at it like, maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't. And I don't want them to pay over the odds for it. After day 4, the 2 Brits were still waiting on someone to introduce them. Yes, where's Dex? Thanks for answering, mostly just curious. Oh, Jason's got a good point. Be sure to like the stream. Yeah, if you're watching, be sure to like the stream. Please. Justin Henkel says, Lloyd, you are one of the baddest Brits I know. Oscar Owen was my #1 Brit magician, but you took that spot. Love your channel and the options you give us or show us how to make. Oh, thank you so much, man. Oscar's awesome, by the way. Great Gruson. If they're the same size as the original, the old Swedish krona will work as well. Okay, that's super interesting to know. I need to get a list, right, don't I? I need to get a master list of all the coins that will fit into PROCAPS and then distribute that list somewhere. I should probably go to like a coin collection store. There would be none near me, and try to do that. Chris James says, yeah, I keep seeing concern about the thick edge. Craig said, absolutely not a thing, never been called out. Yeah, and I said this, I really covered the edge at the beginning of the show, Chris, but just in case anyone's just tuning in, I'll really quickly talk about that again if you want. The reality was we shot the trailer with this, or the close-up shots with a macro lens, which is a zoomed-in lens, which means everybody seen the coins, the stack, this close. Right? Which makes that look exaggerated. The reality is, and this is on a camera, and I'm right up close. I mean, look at the detail of my finger. Look at your own finger. You have to be this close and stay still to get that much detail. And that's how close we shot these coins. And in terms of like these like straight edges running down, and hundreds of little straight lines, when I first seen those, when they were sent to me by the manufacturer, I said, oh, those should be misaligned or off so that they're not dead straight, but like bricks, you know, so it looks like the coins are twisted. And the manufacturer said that's actually a bit more difficult to do than you'd imagine, but let me send you the shells first and you can see if it's an issue. And the reality is, you can see all that detail like this, but the performance angle for the audience when you're performing is more realistically like this. You cannot see those straight lines with the naked eye. It just looks like they're not plain metal. You cannot tell the detail. And in terms of that thick edge, already I did it again. If you can see here, when you place a stack of coins down on a table, when you don't think about it, you naturally do not place them perfect, right? And it's the same with this thick edge. It looks like the coins have just been set down and they're not machine perfectly precision stacked. Because that's a bit weird when you think about it. Like this, these are not perfect because I wasn't thinking about them when I stacked them. They kind of go off kilter, like these kick out to the side. So what me and Craig found is that it actually helped the illusion, because it's the whole imperfect perfect theory. So it was something that I was concerned about as well. Or like, will they notice that? But somebody else commented, and forgive me for not remembering the comment, but like they're also about to be blown away by the trick. And remember how fooled everyone is yourselves when you first see dynamic coins if you don't know the secret. You're not worried about that. You're not thinking about was that coin stacked perfectly? You're thinking, where did the coins go? So I hope that like sort of alleviates any concerns that like anyone has. The other thing is that I bet somebody will go out there and get caught with this, the same as they do with double lifts, the same as they do with French drops. Some magicians go out there without practicing. Some magicians get really unlucky. I have screwed up double lifts. I talked to you guys last week about how I went through like the yips, where for a period of time I just couldn't do double lifts properly. It was like a physical stutter in a way I kept getting. Somebody probably will get caught with this, right? The same as they do with doubles, same as people get caught by flashing and French drops. It doesn't mean that the lip is visible. It just means that you're human, or some people don't practice enough. And so obviously just make sure like every single trick you get, think it through, listen to the tutorials, listen to the advice that Craig has when he teaches it, because you guys will see in the live performances, he's doing it to real people. Lloyd, I love the cards. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm so glad you got them, DS. Thanks, man. Wait there, what was that? Ben, as far as I know. Have only now switched on. Sorry if the question's already... Will there be a Euro version? So Sky Magic, there may be in the future, depending on the demand for these. Arcane Magic says, I know you said the cap doesn't end up being the destination. I saw in the cafe some people wanted normal and gimmick caps also included. Is that why you decided not to include ungimmick caps? So basically, I went back and forth between including 2 red caps with both shells, but then if you wanted to, you could take the one shell out and just use the other one with the effect. And then I obviously started off with, do they just have one cap? And then the more I got into it, because I brought this to Murphy's in 2020, I think, about like June 2020-ish. And yeah, it was just a long process of thinking, well, like the colors were a big part of the process. What were more common, blue caps or white caps, red caps or other caps? And I've just figured in the end that like you can do more with more colors and more caps, and ultimately there's ways to clean the shells up that you can do in performance. And because this is not a stack of loose coins jangling around, you can just like easily palm them out without worrying about them talking. So that was the option. And the other thing is like, this sounds like, well, you can either just get another set and then just use the other red cap from it, or B, just find, this is a very typical standard bottle cap shape. If you want to take the recycle logo off, you can just rub it off with some nail polish remover, and then just get another red cap, and then you can switch between them if you want to. Or if you and a friend get PROCAPS, and then one of you have the water bottle tops and one of you have the Coke bottle tops, and then just go from there. You've got a bunch of different options, but I figured it was better to give more options than to have less. If that makes sense. I'm just trying to catch it with this chat. So on Archimate, use of cap. Griggerson, I'd like to know if you can do the classic cups and balls move with the caps by smashing the coins through. Yeah, you can. Craig does it in the tutorial, but basically, I'll get these ones out here. Let me lock those in. Let me see. So, what you can do is, you can say, watch, we'll take an empty bottle cap, place it on top of here. We'll take a stack of coins, and we'll place a bottle cap on top. Oops, just like this. And then if you bang it, it'll come out. I haven't practiced that at all, but that's essentially the move. But Craig does it really well on the DVD, on the instructionals. Justin Henkel, do you have a website or somewhere online that shows all of the apps or gimmicks you have made that shows the name / links to purchase? I'm literally in the middle of building my new website, and I never thought of doing that because my magic, because I work for Murphy's Magic, my material is distributed through Murphy's, so you can't purchase it from me. But I think that's a really good point. It is a question I get asked a lot. Where can people buy my stuff? So what I'll probably do is add a page onto the site this week that will list all of my products and like a UK or European and US store so that you can go and get them. So if you keep an eye on my site, I'll do that this week. I'll try and find time to do that. And my website is Lloyd.tv. So I'll place this here so you can all see. Lloyd.tv. And if you go and sign up to the newsletter right now, you'll be sent an exclusive trick or something at some point this week. Mike Hughes, Lloyd, I love Cognito. I have to wear hearing aids, but they mean that Cognito makes me a real wizard, if you know what I mean. That's so wicked. That's so cool. Lloyd, what diameter range do the coins need to be in? I think somebody commented earlier, actually. Was it 23.4 to 23.5 2.4 to 2.45 centimeters? It's in the comments up here, though. You can scroll through and find it. Off the top of my head, though, I'd have to search for you. Wow, I couldn't figure that question out. You want to wizard? I'm not sure what question it was. Sorry, I can't stay. I'll rewatch later. Oh, thanks for tuning in, DS. Ian Shear. It's 1 a.m. for me. Got to go to bed. No worries, Ian. Thank you for tuning into the stream, dude. Tigger T says, Lloyd, you said with the rubber band through card tutorial that you tried using butter. What was the butter for? Can you teach us the trick using butter? I don't know why. I just like the idea. So many people are commenting about the butter. Yeah, so the butter. Am I really going to be talking about the butter concept? All right. You can get blue cheese, right? So dairy products can be colored. So butter is yellow. I have, where did I just put that big tub of things? This. Is it in here? I have this cut. Oh no, did I put it over there? I was working on this. There you go. So I have this, right? It's a card. I made this about 10 years ago. I think I've seen other people, like somebody, Eric Chen, had something like this in his Fissamact. But I made this a long time, an embarrassingly long time ago. I'm way too old. And what I was going to do was, in a way, try to have, oh my god, this sounds so mental, a hollow deck of cards. Okay, so this would all be, this inside part would be hollow, and I would fill it with like blue butter or some substance, and then place this over it so it looked like a blue card, but the reality was all of the blue stuff on the inside would be like butter. And then I could move objects through it in slow motion, and because like butter, like osmosis goes back together, it would look like Wolverine's skin healing as a knife's going through it. So that was like the core idea, and by using an overlay that you could see through, it would kind of disguise what it was. Please don't think that I'm a freak. Don't judge me. Lord Placebo, what do you think about Dan Rhodes exposing magic like he did to Henry Harris Productions? It's disgusting. It's abhorrent. The big thing is this, is that there's a difference between teaching your own magic or teaching magic well, because I know like there's people out there like Sean Devine, and I subscribed to his channel last week. The name escapes me. Rich Holcomb, that teaches like classic magic, but they teach it really well, and I think, and they teach it in a way that it would bore somebody who was just looking for that instant TikTok gratification. You know, they're studious professionals at the art of magic, and they teach it well. That's good. That should be out there, because magic needs to be shared to laymen. So we need to share the experience of magic, and we have to share it with the next generation too. And people can be upset as they want. That next generation ain't going to the library no more. Some of them are, most of them ain't. And we don't know who the next best magicians, next best thinkers are going to be. And they're probably, like most of the good magicians now, most of the good guys start on YouTube. And I know that upsets a lot of guys out there, but they need to shut up because it's the truth. And a lot of the best magicians, or the ones that are getting right to the top of their game now, took a start not with the way in the book. So teaching, as long as it's well credited and taught professionally, is good. It's good on YouTube. I teach my own magic creation. So the magic, I do my research to the best of my ability. So far, there's only been one video that stepped on the toes of somebody else's creation. Even though the creation was actually quite pretty different, it was still like they felt it was a bit too close. So I just took the video down. But all my time teaching my ideas on YouTube, I do my research, do my crediting. It's my IP. If I want to share it, I can. But teaching exposing is a different game. And I think a lot of people get instantly triggered when they hear about teaching magic on YouTube, but there's a big difference. Teaching your own magic or magic well, a classic magic that's public domain. So for example, like the S.W. Erdnay's book is public domain. It means that there's no copyright over it, and like they can't even get permission to teach material from that because no one exists to ask permission from. It's public domain. That's kosher. That's completely fine. Buying somebody's product, a brand new trick or an old trick that that's been had time and investment put into it, and somebody's putting the roof over their head with, and has expressly said, you can't even perform this on TV, which let alone expose it on YouTube. That's disgusting. And he didn't just expose it once. He went through all the rigmarole of getting in trouble for it, took it down, so he understood how bad it was and what he did, and then put it up again. So, yeah, there's no forgiveness. It's unforgivable because he did take it down, even though he should have known, like using age and stuff as an excuse, should have known better, but he did initially take it down. So, nobody's perfect. Like, if you're guilty of sin, cast the first stone sort of thing. But then he did it again. And that's when you can just double down and say, well, man, what are you playing at? So, yeah. And man, there's so much you can talk about on the whole thing about, like, David Blaine just said it on Hot Ones. Like, he had to struggle to find original footage that he wanted to look at and view on YouTube. He thinks YouTube's a good place, and also it's got bad stuff on there, and also that the good stuff is still hard to find too. And I fully agree with that, and I'll actually talk more about that in a video coming up in about a week's time. But yeah, like I love like when laymen have seen my videos, like not laymen. I mean laymen that I know have seen my videos, so they see the secrets, because I still fool them and they still experience magic. And where do we live in a world where people have seen Penn and Teller like expose the cups and balls, one of the most popular like magic performances of all time, and then still get annoyed when they think their audience is really gonna believe them? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I could go off on a tangent. I should probably answer some questions. But what are your guys' thoughts on that, actually? It would be interesting to know, because I would like to do a whole video talking about the difference between exposure and tuition. How much will the Society of Secrets cost? That's a great question, Nevio. So I'm looking at different options for it at the minute, but so there's fees that come out from like Patreon's end, and I have to pay for other fees in it. So I'm looking at around, I think, the most viable way to make it practical so I can actually do it properly, it's £15 a month, which is basically a coffee a week. But I'm trying to do it so that if you get I'm trying to sort out like an annual subscription or something where it only works out £10 a month, which is more like 3 coffees a month. But I think, I don't know, would you guys pay for 1 coffee with me a week? To learn all of like the best material that I have and get the group video chats and some surprises that I have in store. And my YouTube's not going away. My tutorial twos, everything stays the same on my YouTube channel, so you still get all the stuff I put out. It's just, if you just want to know my best stuff, then it's a coffee a week, which I don't think is unreasonable. Okay, super chat from Sean. Oh, dude, thanks, man. Just to get you over the 50 mark. Drop some fire emojis into that chat. Let's get a bit of a sonic boom going on to brighten things up. We went into that like dark spiral depression pit. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Sean, man. Where are we at? It's the Nevio question. So yeah, what do you think about that price? I think it's all right. Like, okay, everyone's speaking in different languages. I can't wrap my head around what it could be used for. Oh, that's the butter trick. Hey, Lloyd, buddy. You good? Yo, what's going on, Jason? What is the Society of Secrets? I'm a bit slow on the uptake. Okay, I've just kind of spoken about it, so please don't think, guys, that I'm just plugging this. So everything, in short, I put weekly tutorials up on my YouTube, and this is the stuff that is, they're not good enough to be products. It's not really great material. It's like my B-side material. They're the ideas that I would forget about, or the stuff that I'd like be lost in a notebook. But I've been, like you all know, I use my YouTube as like a scrapbook for ideas. So some of the ideas are not fully fleshed out. Some are just cute little visuals. But, you guys seem to like it. But it's essentially anything on my YouTube channel is just like the B-side material. And everyone keeps asking, can I teach like the best stuff, like my best secrets? And a lot of people ask for my creative process and how do I create magic? And I just don't want to put it on YouTube. And because, well, like, it's one thing just sharing like cute fun ideas, but it's another thing sharing like the material that that I've like some of it literally is with footage to include with it stuff that I've shot created for television shows, or it's the stuff that I like do in the real world to smash magicians, to like really fool them, and I just don't want that on YouTube. So I don't want to. Basically I asked everyone that watches these streams over like a series of a few weeks, what shall I do? Shall I have a membership? Where should it be? And everyone voted. And it's a community that it isn't like 30 quid a month like some of the other ones out there, and it's not like 50 quid a month like masterclass and stuff. It's the price of a coffee a week, and I think it's just enough of a barrier to keep out the general public from like stumbling over my YouTube and then just going on to there. But it's also a low enough of an entry point that like anyone that's actually like serious and really wants to like basically get the keys to the kingdom can join. And then and also it comes with because I'm not on social media, and like so many people want to like hang out and talk magic with not just me but like other people, that like you can see all the conversations happening in the stream now between people, but also then when the stream ends there's nowhere to chat about us, and people ask for a Facebook group, so I'm opening up a Discord server to go with it. That'll be it every day. So that's basically the Society of Secrets, and loads of exciting extra stuff to go with it as well. Yeah, I really want to know your thoughts on it, because I've got loads of work to do before it this coming week, and I'm super nervous. Kaylee was great on the chat. It would be great to get her back. I'll definitely get Kaylee back on. What's my favourite magic book? Probably Art of Astonishment by Paul Harris, or for card magic, I like Mentalismo by John Bannon. I also like Verbal Magic by Juan Tamariz. That's good too. And Bigger Fish from Pete Turner. Loved having Kaylee here. Oh my god, how far back in the chat am I? Nevio was asking, will there be a Euro version of PROCAPS? I've answered this a couple of times in the stream, but in short, yes, if the demand is there. Alex says, you say Craig has 2 hours on the download, but do I do any routines on the download? I actually don't do any routines on the download, but I am on the download introducing it, talking about the history of it and bits and pieces. I'm the person Craig performs to in the studio performances. There's also live real people performances as well. But I don't. I probably should. I should probably put some routines in the Society of Secrets for it. Kaylee was great. She had such a positive energy. I could have watched you guys play that card game for a while and would have had fun. I know, I wanted to keep playing. Loved having Kaylee on. You two are such a good couple and bounce off each other brilliantly. Definitely needs to be on again. Do you watch or follow Daniel Madison, and do you like his style? I love Madison, man. Me and Madison used to work together, and we've like travelled to America and stuff together, and around the UK and things. I'd love to get Madison on here. I haven't spoke to Madison in a while though. He quit Illusionist and I quit Illusionist. But I think he followed me on Instagram the other day, or maybe I'm not on Instagram anymore, so it might have been a while ago. So I'll probably like reach out and just see how he's doing at some point. Are those tricks trademarked to a specific magic dealer, or what to say? I got this trick in a magic set from Marvin, so it's only Marvin. How can you sell the brass version, or is it up for grabs? I'm not sure on the dynamic coins side of it, because it is like exactly like the 10-year one, so I'm assuming he has the rights. But this is different from that, and the original was invented 96 years ago. Am I right on that? I need to grab my battery charger. Hold on. How long has this stream been going on for, guys? Hour and a half. Okay, let me charge that. Magic Anon. Oh my god, I feel like Lloyd just described me in school right now. I try not to feel embarrassed though. How does this interfere with the making of your version? Could you explain that a bit more, Gruesome, please? Mike, I agree. Tiggity, Sister K was fun to have in the church. Alex says, have you ever looked at a trick and thought there's actually no way I can improve that? Yeah. What is a perfect trick? Invisible deck is close to perfect, aside from being able to do real magic, isn't it? What trick? I think I can't. Oh, Alex, that's actually a brilliant question. I'd love to think on that one and come back to it. What is a perfect trick? I'll have a think. What's your favourite? I've answered the magic book one. Is the Blackpool notification that you're doing the gala show? I'm not doing the gala show. I'm doing a live podcast there. I can say that early. Oh crap, says Chris James, forgot the Kim Anderson lecture is out today. Yes, if anyone's watching, Kim Anderson is doing a Penguin live lecture. Get it. He's one of the best living magicians alive today. So please don't miss it. He's incredible. What other question we have? So I can see someone tagged me. Okay. Hashtag PTL Gala Show. Oh, whoa, where's all these comments just come from? Oh my God, I'm so behind. I can see my friend Ben Novella's in the chat. What's going on, Ben? Oh my God, big Blackpool notification. Yes, my first magic convention is going to be fun. Lloyd, you awesome. Yeah! I can't wait. I literally... Oh yeah, this is the thing. The day before Blackpool starts, the Wednesday before, myself and Craig have hired out or been given permission to use the House of Illusions, House of Secrets. Man, I can't remember the name. My brain's gone foggy. Magic bar that's right next to the Winter Gardens, joined to the building, to have an official the Magic podcast with me and Craig and my Magic channel meetup of everybody that's part of the Society of Secrets, my YouTube channel, Craig's YouTube channel, and our Magic podcast that we do together are all meeting up on the Wednesday night before in there. So anyone that is their first convention or doesn't know anyone going, you can then meet all the community and you'll know everyone. We'll be able to hang out all weekend because then we can put faces to names. So that's me dope. If someone pulls out a magnifying glass to inspect your performance, give them a high five in the face with a chair. Alex Kilpatrick. Dude, if somebody pulled out a high five to try and fit a magnifying glass to pull out the secret, they've earned it because they deeply care about the secret. They're probably more impressed by it than the trick. Stu Batman says, have you heard about the new 10 online magic shows starting soon by Ben Earl? If so, will you be watching? It sounds amazing, but you have to watch it live, and I'm not available that day. So, it's like total shame. I'd love to check out that though. I want to get PROCAPS, but I can't afford it. Oh man, don't worry, Oliver. I'm so sorry, dude. Maybe at some point in the future, because I only have one set. I literally have one. I think it's one final set I have, because like I showed you guys earlier, this is the old one called Dynamics. So I have an old one which isn't the same name. But maybe I could run a competition at some point in the future, but it wouldn't be for a while because I don't have any, like a long while. I got caught with a gimmick once, never been able to try the trick again. Yeah, I got caught with a gimmick once. I got caught with double cross, and then Lux was born. I'm good at everything, says no one, said Jason. So true, Jason. Salutations from Spain, Isidro, YouTube. Lloyd, will we get an hour-long video of you and Kaylee playing your card game with the Joker and Jax in the membership? It would be a fun video. Dude, absolutely. You'll get that video. If the membership wants it, you'll have that video. Or we can just get it on a live stream in the group chat. I want to get pro cards. Does everything you come up with belong to Murphy's? Is that the type of contract can you invent and sell outside of Murphy's? Yeah, so anything that I create product-wise, app-wise, is Murphy's, because that's my full-time job for Murphy's. I create magic products and apps for them, so everything goes to them. But there's certain things that, like a card routine, for example. A card routine can't be sold like a product. You know what I mean? So that stuff is that, like the things that I work on that I think, oh, this is an amazing creation. But it has no home. That's kind of like, well, it's the stuff that I've been, like the B-side stuff I've been sharing on YouTube, and the good things I've kept back because they can't be made into products, but they also are too good to lose. So that's kind of why the Society of Secrets is being born, has been born. But that's an interesting question. Yeah, I work full-time for Murphy, so all my physical goods go through them and apps. When I think of magic, my first thought isn't the method is butter. Oh, I know. I have a weird head when it comes to like this thing. Yeah. Or what's a better one? I have so many different versions of this. The best trick with should I show you? Oh no. I'll save it for like one of the early launch days of the Society of Secrets. I'll show you. I'll share with you guys something from the original change prototypes. I had 200 different effects with change, and there's one which is like the coolest thing ever, and I can't wait to share it with you. Could you give us hints about the upcoming tutorial Tuesday? Yeah, I spent a little bit of time before setting up the stream today working on an idea. Tutorial Tuesdays are always created on the day or like on the Sunday before when I get some time. I don't have the trick yet. I don't have the trick. I was trying to create something. I didn't have the trick. So I was playing around with a coin through cellophane on a card box. I got a bunch of like cool methods for it. I can show you something. Yeah, just threw the cellophane away. But I was putting a cross on the cellophane and then using this as a faux thing and then having the coin fall through the cross and then having the cellophane examinable. Didn't quite work how I wanted it to, but that's what I was playing with. Maybe it'll be Tutorial Tuesday, or maybe I'll just think of something else on Tuesday morning and hope that it works. Stu, the way your mind works is absolutely brilliant. Thanks, Stu. Anytime I get caught with a gimmick, I use it as a... Yeah, if you get caught with a gimmick, just learn from it. If magnets can't get the job done, then it shows it's time for the butter. Exactly, Tickety. Forget the rough and smooth. Butter is where it's at, says Stu. It's been fun. I'll be sure to watch the rest of the live after getting work. Bye. Bye, Tickety. Thanks for tuning in. Why do I see fields of cows mooing? Pick a card. Says Mike. Stu said there are so many magicians or so-called exposing people's tricks on IG and TikTok. There was a channel on YouTube called Gaff Academy, exposed so many gimmicks that are other people's products. Yeah, I think he exposed a bunch of my stuff too. Craig had an amazing... This is Chris James. Craig had an amazing analogy about YouTube teaching. When he was young, he went to the library to learn magic. These days, YouTube internet is basically the modern library. It is. It is, and as much as people want to fight upstream to say that it's not, and if you really are passionate, you should go to the library, good luck. It's not going to happen. If anything, you'll just... If you really come down hard and criticize people for learning through YouTube, then you're going to isolate an entire generation. And magic will eventually die off. And that's, it won't die off entirely, don't get me wrong, but the numbers will seriously drop. And I think the more magicians, the better. I'm of the mindset that it's an inclusive art form. It should be an inclusive art form. Although we perform tricks that are based on secrets, I think it's about, magic is all about entertaining people, right? Magic is about making people feel something good. Magic is real. The moment you show somebody a trick and they experience magic is real because it's an emotion, right? It's the same as hate and love. If you don't want people involved in magic, then you're not in it. You're not in it for the right reason. So trying to keep people out or trying to say you should go to the library and when you know they're not going to go to the library, it's just a bit draconian. Have you seen Sean Farquhar's Cups and Balls? I don't think I have, actually. Although everything he does is incredible. Kicker ending hits too hard, someone says. Dave Christmas says, absolute £15 a month, absolute bargain for what we're going to get. Absolutely stuff of legend. Thanks, dude. Who will win your deck of cards? Well, time will tell. Mike Tyson by TKO says, Lloyd, one of the best things you do is make amazing creations at an affordable price. Thank you for that. I love your Cognito Maxim Dex trick. Call it Una Solus, Latin for only one. Oh, wow. Dope. Alex Bo says S.O.S. tattoos. I'm definitely getting a Society of Secrets tattoo. And everyone else is welcome to get it too if they want it. I got a few different designs. I've showed you guys, right? It's such a great price, dude. Society of Secrets is going to be awesome. Like I said last night, I'm definitely going to sign up. Amazing. Thank you so much, dude. Jason Jocham says, don't expose a trick someone is marketing. That's all I care about. New magicians need exposure and money. Shouldn't really stand in the way of learning foundational techniques. Exactly. Invisible is pretty close to perfect. Hashtag Invisible by Craig Petty. Rezi says, your version of dynamic coins is so good. Congrats. But why caps looks like so strange? I mean, why don't you use Coca-Cola something popular logo? And for the last, I think, cap are a little bit big, not so tiny. So you legally can't use the Coca-Cola or any other company's logos without Branden a licensing deal with them. So that's not an option. You can't, unless you like, because you'll get into trouble. More than like you get cease and desist when you use Coca-Cola like logos and things. Even Sharpie don't allow for certain people to make magic Sharpies. But anyway, I said the same thing. Well, we should use the Coca-Cola logo or the Pepsi logo or the Evian logo, even though they're an evil company apparently. So when I went to my local store, they don't have their logos on top of the bottle caps anymore. It's mostly recycled. Like I said earlier in the show, they're mostly recycle logos or things that say like recycle me in a circle. So this is the most common image that you see or variations of it. And somebody said it makes the product look cheap in a comment that I read. Good. It's supposed to look crap because bottle caps are just there to be thrown away. You don't take notice of a bottle cap. They have recycle logos on them. People don't pay any attention to them. That's what you pray for with this trick. And they're pretty much identical to bottle caps. Pretty much identical in terms of like size, weight and everything. Obviously when the shell's inside, they are slightly different because that's the secret. So it's not real magic, unfortunately. But when they can examine this at the beginning, if you want them to examine it, it's a bottle cap. And if I had another one, if I had a Coca-Cola bottle here, let me see if I have one. I don't think I do. Then you'd see that it's actually, if they were, you know, side by side and you didn't know about the trick, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Jason says trademark logo. Yeah. Resi, I don't know about your country, but Coca-Cola. Yeah, exactly. Kev G says, in the UK, it just says recycle me on the logos. It doesn't have a Coca-Cola, it really doesn't have a Coca-Cola logo even on them. That's from the first question. If there was any copyright, okay. On the brass version, how this might have affected works on this version. Locked to only one magic producer, yes. I can't wait to be there, Lloyd. Wednesday before Blackpool, can't wait to hang out jam. Yeah. Chris James says, speaking of Paul Harris, Justin Miller was so awesome and nice enough to send me the Paul Harris but Close-Up Fantasies 2. Also Simply Harky. Oh, dude. Simply Harky and Harky's Aha book. How can I forget? Those are some of the best books ever written. Oh my God. Yes, Chris James. Amazing. You are in for a treat if you haven't read them yet. Definitely see there. How much? Oops, that my chat jumped a mile again. How much do the PROCAPS cost? They cost $39.95. And then shipping. Well, some people charge shipping depending on what company. I'll be flying that day, but luckily it's early in the morning. Gotta take the train too. Got to move on. Thanks for the night and the company. Joyful as always and a pleasure to watch. Thanks for all the answers, not only from me, but all the wonderful people in the chat. Take care. Does anyone know how much it is Blackpool for a 6-year-old? Might take my son on the Saturday. I think it's the same price. I don't think there's children's rates, so I think it's around like 80 quid for the day. I think. I took Katie for one day about 4 years ago on the Saturday, and I think the day ticket was 80 quid. I can't quite remember. So everyone who's a Blackpool roll call, put your hand up in the comments and let me know, and let everyone know, like Magic Alan, if you're going to Blackpool. Oh, forgot the price, about £20-30 cheaper than the adult ticket. Oh, so there is a child's price. I stand corrected. Miko says, pick a card. No, not that one. Pick a card. Oh God, no, not that one until it goes till the deck is empty. Lloyd, says Chris James, exclamation marks. There is this crystal I found. Went to a local shop with a friend and found a crystal called Ulexite, aka TV Rock. I think your mind will go crazy with this stuff. Look it up. It's fire. All right, I will look it up, man. That sounds cool. Can't wait for the Discord. I'm hoping it'll be a good place for me to demonstrate some of my prototypes. That's exactly what I'm hoping the Discord will be. I like creating magic. That's my preference. Some people have Discord groups to talk about, they go there, they like to make memes about other magicians and talk shit about people. Some of them, sorry for swearing, some Discord groups are there to talk about magic drama. Some are there to to practice, their stage routines and things. This Discord is about creating magic, and it's about people like, I always felt quite isolated as a magician, and I got laughed out of a magic club when I was 16 years old because I was doing my own tricks, and they told me that that I should be studying the classics and performing the classics because that's what the audiences want to see. And I felt it made me become a very like solo entity in magic. And that's what I'm hoping that the Society of Secrets is more of a hub for people like me, who just care about making good magic and sharing it with people that don't want to like be, you get like these like cliques in magic, like magic boys clubs, where like if you don't have a name for yourself or you haven't had a product out or something, then they turn your back on you at a convention. This isn't a place for those types of clique people. This is for the well, Darren Brown would say, the dick brains, like me. Okay, so back to the comments. Alexander Gertle says, "Hi Lloyd, just came in. How are you doing?" I'm doing really, really good, man. Thank you for asking. How the devil are you, my friend? Magic. And Lloyd, you talk so much amazing things about magic. You're truly the future of magic. The best respect. Thanks, most inspirational. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Magic Alan, dude. I should imagine the licensing for Coke would cost a fortune. Yeah, it would. And that's if you can even get the licensing for Coke. Caleb Casper says, does it screw on a bottle? It depends purely on the bottle because they're all different shapes and sizes. Chris says, Patrick from Murphy's gave me this great advice yesterday, in fact. Never mess with company logos and stuff like that because you risk getting the product pulled, even if you think it's okay. Yeah. The only way you can really work with company logos is through parody laws. So parody laws are if you recreate a logo design, but you've very obviously made it look different. So it could be like a funny take on the word logo, but it's very obvious that it's not the same logo. It falls under parody law, and that's how you can use it. Gonna pick up this most likely, but I bought Overdraft for the 1914. Do you like or have it? I don't have it, but I know I've seen it. I think it looks really good, and I know that the 1914 are literally like smashing it right now. And D and the rest of the team haven't put out any rubbish actually. Like there's not one filler product that I've seen from them. So I would confidently buy Overdraft sight unseen. Alexander will show the trick with the bottle caps. All right, I'll just show like a basic thing. So we have a stack of coins. Let's see if you guys can see it, a bottle cap. And if you place the bottle cap here, let me see if it's in shot. Is that blurry? Just wait a moment. And just like that, look. Those coins change. Caleb says, gonna start a review channel for magic and drop like 3 professional videos a week. I do magic on this channel currently and have 31,000 subs. Wow. Could you send me a PROCAPS to review? All review copies are sent via Murphy's, or Murphy's choose who gets to review them. So if you are on the Murphy's reviewer list, then they'll send you the PROCAPS. But I don't have any copies to send out. Sorry. Need to my burger. Have you got any books in circulation, Lloyd? If not, do you plan on writing one? I've written like 5 books and never published any of them. And I am considering really like tightly considering making a book purely for the Society of Secrets. Or at least, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you want a book from me? All my magic is visual. I have a lot of mentalism. Like the apps I do are all mentalism based. A lot of the magician foolers I do are mentalism. But I'm most known for my visual magic, which doesn't translate so well into books. So the books that I would put out would be on theory, my creative process, and probably more like card stuff, or mentalism, but like not so much visual magic in there. I don't know if that would appeal to people. But if it would, I don't know, drop a lightning bolt in the chat and I'll consider it. All right, we got Alex Bose, Batman Stew, Kev G, yo, Kev G, Chris Ash, all going to Blackpool. Adam Log puts a wavy face. I'm not swimming in no Blackpool. Nice one, Alan. When's the next Blackpool? I think it's February. This February. Valentine's Day usually is around. I was this year. Yeah, I met you this year. King OK. David Timroth. Hey Lloyd, you were right. You were right up Tobias Dossel. Saw some amazing stuff from him this weekend. Oh, dude, Tobias is just on another planet. He's an absolute alien. He's incredible. I thought you were speaking about football stuff. Are you looking for a mod for the Sunday service? I'm not, but maybe for the Discord server. Would you be interested? Would potentially interested in that? Anyone being a mod or King OK? Would you be interested? Alex Bow says, "What's the extra ring bit for the PROCAPS?" Good question. So in dynamic coins, to remove the shell. So hard to get these out. Let me turn this blur off. So to remove the coin shell from dynamic coins, this is called a bang ring. Okay, so that goes over it. That's because you can't get them out because they need to have a space to fall. So you have something called a bang ring. It's so hard to get out. And you need the same thing for PROCAPS as well. But I found that bottle caps naturally have a ring with them, like that. And some bottle caps, like Mountain Dew, are exactly like this. They're a little bit bigger than the cap itself. So it's the perfect excuse. It's more natural, in fact, to have it with it. So it's just there. Oops, I missed that. It's just there to get the coins out. It's called a bang ring. Oh, lightning bolts. 2 people. So 2 people want a book, so I probably won't write one. Chris James, just curious, are there any part to PROCAPS that have magnetic properties? Not that I know of. I would love to have a read from you. Read a book. I would love to read a book from you, Lloyd. That's automated in. Okay, cool. Thanks, dude. Maybe I will then. Maybe I won't. Not sure. Says, Lightning Bolt, love to read a book from you. I'm going to attend these Sunday sessions every week from now on. Lloyd rocks. Oh, dude, thank you so much. I mean, I knew he does. But thanks so much, Magic Allen. Unfortunately, I won't be at Blackpool as baby is... Oh, yeah! Woo! The baby's coming. I think my wife would divorce me if I went. Yeah, dude. So, for me, like, my situation, it's similar to that, was I got married, and Magic Live was like 3 days after my marriage. And she would have killed me if I went, like becoming a wife and then her husband being on the other side of the world. So I just took her with me. Just saying, just throwing it out there. I'd be interested in that. How much is a cup of coffee in the UK? I think a cup of coffee in the UK, like if you get I go to Starbucks and I get like a tall Americano, I think it's about £4. Yeah, so 4 plus 4. It's 8 plus another 8, £16. So if you are paying for like a large Starbucks coffee, then my membership is cheaper than just cheaper than one a week. Like Hugh says, coffee is about £3, give or take. Oh yes, there we go. Give or take. I have a large Americano. I think rings make it look more like a bottle cap. Yeah. Oh, yo, fire emojis. Please drop some fire emojis. Jason, thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for this. Fire emojis for Jason's super chat, y'all. Dude, thank you so much. All right, well, look. Where are we at now? It's 2 minutes to 7 p.m. on a Sunday right here in the UK. If you have any final questions, then fire them over like right now and I'll answer them. But if not, Alexander Gertl asks, where did you finally produce the product and how can you do that if you have a new magic idea? Actually, that's one of those things that I get asked quite a lot. And the production side of magic is as much, for me, is one of those secrets that I don't want to share, or don't share lightly. But with the Society of Secrets that's opening on November the 1st, my membership, which you're all welcome to join, then talking to you all and explaining to you all about how I create products, like the actual manufacturing process, where I go, how I do it, then that's something that I will be discussing unfiltered with any of you that want to create magic stuff. So it's if you are like serious about creation, and if you want to make magic products, then maybe consider just joining the community over there. And for anyone that's listening at the minute that hasn't listened to the rest of the stream, go to Lloyd.tv and sign up to the mailing list, because A, you'll be the first to hear when the membership opens up on the 1st of November, and B, you'll get something free, a free exclusive trick sent to you at some point this week, okay? So please, whoa, Sean Jackson. All right, I need you to drop some like volcano, lava, flames, emojis into the chat for Sean. He just super chatted £40. Oh my goodness. Hopefully this will get you over the 100 mark. I know we are missing Marlon. Yo, Sean, dude. Blimey. Thank you so much, man. Whoa, that's a huge one. Fiddlin' Johnny just got here. Happy Sunday service, everyone. Oh, dude, I'm just about to log off, but I hope you go back and watch the stream, because we talk all about PROCAPS, and I talk openly about it all. And I think if you're interested in questions and stuff, then it might answer them for you. I'll send a question to the podcast for this week. What is the perfect trick that you couldn't improve? Oh, that's a great question. And I won't tell Craig that you asked it in the live stream. So then I'll act like, if I can find a good answer, then I will seem very intelligent to Craig, and I have very good thinking skills to Craig on the chat. Oh, Magic Alan's got probably the best question of the stream. What's your favorite type of chocolate? Man, boy oh boy, I'm going through a phase right now of Galaxy, bars of Galaxy, and I know it's like super calorific, but I'm loving Galaxy. All-time favorite chocolate. I really like Reese's Pieces, Buttercups, peanut butter cups. And I like Ferrero Rochers as well. Man, favorite type of chocolate. Peanut butter chocolate, I think, might be the one though, dude. In Finland, typical cup of coffee, half a litre, is €3. Stu Batman says, will these Sunday lives continue when the Society of Secrets is open? Yes, absolutely they will continue. I may do them alternating, so I might do one Sunday as the group video calls, so that everyone can get on the group video calls and we can jam like this. I might do that, and then do every other Sunday live on the channel at the same time, just to like not basically be living on my computer. So I don't know what you guys think about that, but it keeps it fresh, and I think then maybe, you know, some of you might get bored watching these every single Sunday, but I don't know. I hope that like a lot of us will, if you're able to join the Society of Secrets, because there's so much that I want to share in these sessions that I can't. There's so much piece of magic. Like I find that I like the stuff that excites me about magic, the really, really good buried secrets of magic that I like not adapted or created myself. I can't talk about them on the stream for obvious reasons. And I feel like I myself personally will grow from it as well. I will watch the entire service later. Thank you so much, Phil and Johnny. Okay, just got here. What's that in American? £4 in UK is like $5. Alex said, I use Discord a lot, so I'll be a mod if you need any. All right, thank you so much, dude. Thank you for the offer. And King OK. Look at all the fire emojis. I gotta say, thank you so much, Sean. You're an absolute legend. Poor Marlon, he has missed a great service. Ah man, I missed Marlon too, but I hope he watches this back and and enjoys watching it, and you know, gets excited about the stuff we're excited about. Stu, I've been listening to yours and Craig's podcast. Absolutely loving it. You guys are so funny. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's quite different to this, isn't it, Stu? There's a lot more swearing and stuff in there. It's been an amazing Sunday session. Oh, thank you so much, Magic Alan. Alex Bo says Toblerone for his favourite chocolate. Get out of here, man. Toblerone's not even on the top 10. But I respect your enthusiasm for Toblerone. And in fact, now that you said Toblerone, I can't stop thinking about Toblerone. And now I might get a Toblerone. Alexander Gertle, can't find your site, Lloyd TV. How do I correctly write the site? Literally go, open up a browser, type in Lloyd.tv, and it should pop straight up. Lloyd. I'll type it in the chat for you, man. .tv, and then you can just literally put that in, like, or www.lloyd.tv. La208 says, hi Lloyd, do you know who Seth Engstrom from Sweden Seth is? Regards, Lasse from Sweden. Unfortunately, I don't. But I feel like I should know who this person is now. Stu says, that's a great idea. Don't put yourself out. Too much family time is too much. Family time is essential. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'm thinking of just alternating the weeks. And also it keeps the Sunday services fresh for everyone. So there's only so much people can watch the Sunday service over and over, right? Even when they are live. But to alternate it, it means that there's a guaranteed time that we can all meet up for the group chats and the Society Secrets where we can share some hardcore magic stuff. And then these Sunday services we can keep for anyone that just wants to join and who has an interest in magic. Oh, Alex Kilpatrick, super chat. Yo, put some chocolate emojis in for Alex Kilpatrick. It says, buy yourself a lint bar. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I did not even take lint into consideration. All right. Drop some chocolate emojis, some candy emojis for Alex. Dude. Serious contender for a top 5, top 3 chocolate, my friend. What about Mint Aero, though, says Alex Bow. Whisper Gold. My mum buys Whisper Golds all the time. Juan Pablo Contando says, love your magic thing. Oh, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you, man. Ooh, best question of the stream, y'all. All right. Look at all. That is definitely the most popular super chat of the entire stream. Buy yourself a lint bar. Punk BMX, I've missed you, buddy. Feeling Joy says, between the Magic Podcast, the Sunday Service, Lloyd's channel, I'm consuming hours of Lloyd bands every single week and every minute of it is, oh, wow. That means a heck of a lot coming from you, man. Blimey. Thanks. I feel bad having to make anyone sit through my ramblings of an idiot for too long, but I really appreciate you, man. Thank you very, very much. I may need to detox eventually, but not yet. Yeah, I don't blame you. Even I need a detox. I mean, I get sick of me as it is, so I don't blame anyone else for having one. And there we have Sister K messaging saying she's on her way home. Because that's the other thing I tell you guys every so often. I don't really think about it, but it's a Sunday night, so it's 7 o'clock in the evening, and every single week, Sister K takes Thomas and goes out of the house for however long I'm on these streams for, just so that we get privacy and you don't get a screaming messiah, as everyone calls him, Thomas, in the background, like disrupting the stream. So yeah, big ups to Kales just for like letting us do that. But maybe in the Society of Secrets I can find a way on the alternate Sundays where, you know, I don't know. right there with you and Johnny. Have you tried the dairy milk bar with popping candy in? I have. Do you remember Wonka bars, Alex? I used to love Wonka bars. And then I can see like a buffering emoji from Mike Hughes. Don't know what that means. Either way, everybody, I think that makes for a great stream. If you haven't checked your emails yet, when you sign up to Lloyd.tv, make sure you check your emails and your junk email folders to confirm that you want to be on the mailing list. Because of GDPR rules, laws, regulations, you have to confirm that you've been signed up to the mailing list. So please check your folders, your junk folders, your spam folders, your inboxes. If you have signed up and you haven't remembered to check those, then please do so. Confirm the email, and at some point in the week, I will be sending out something very exclusive to whet your appetite for what's to come in the Society of Secrets. Okay, dude, I've got to make a move. That's a great time in. Been a great time in. If you like peanut, try a Wonder Bar. I'd love to try a Wonder Bar, but I don't. Do we have them in the UK? Oh my, guys, I was like, right, I've eaten a roast dinner today, which is calorie heavy. I'm gonna get up at 6 a.m. on a Monday to go for a 10-mile run. I wasn't gonna eat any chocolate tonight, but now I'll be getting some damn chocolate in. Okay, have I picked mods for the app, for the Facebook apps group yet? No mods have been chosen yet, dude. They'll be picked this week, so keep your eyes peeled on your... Whoa, Magic Orthodoxy is in the live stream. Yo, what's going on, dude? PROCAPS is awesome. Pre-orders now. Oh my word, man. I watch your review show religiously, and there's no one in here that subscribed to me that isn't subscribed to Magic Orthodoxy already. So I'm a fool for even saying this, but if you're not subscribed to my channel, go to Magic Orthodoxy channel right now, subscribe. I have been on tender hooks waiting for Magic Orthodoxy's feedback on PROCAPS, because Magic Orthodoxy knows what he's talking about. And if he said, I don't know. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you for the great stream, says Alexander Girdle. Yeah, that's the other thing. I was just about to log off for the evening. I watched your show originally, and sub to... Oh, my word, dude. Honestly, I can't thank you enough. You give me a shout out on Twitter the other day. Man. And your performance of... If you haven't gone on to Magic Orthodoxy's channel, he's on his TikTok... He was the very first person to put up a performance of PROCAPS. So if you want to see a performance of PROCAPS, he's got a great routine. He does it to the phone or the camera. It's on his TikTok channel right now. And if you want to see how one of the pros handles it, then go out and check. And my review drops October 31st. Oh my! I'm genuinely more excited about the review than I am for the product to drop. And I'm not kidding. Oh, I'm nervous. Stu Bap says, been subscribed to David for 4 years now. Amazing. Yeah. Oh, I think Magic Apple did it first. Did they? I didn't even know. Oh wow! I'm gonna have to go find that link out then. Everyone's so excited because Dave is in the chat. Yes. Yo, what's up? I love Magic Orthodoxy. Oh my goodness, it's so good. But yeah, dude. Hi David, thanks to see you. Now the product's awesome. Thanks. To be honest, it's one of those things, right? I feel so bad taking any form of praise for the product, because in the reality of the situation it is just dynamic coins slightly modified to work for Coca-Cola bottle caps. So I mean, the only, I say brain fart that I had with it, the only brainwave I had was figuring out that bottle caps have a natural bang ring that comes with them. So because when I was thinking, oh man, how am I gonna make a bang ring? But it's a classic, and all I really have done is made it out of a different object. And so thanks for the compliments. I struggled to take praise on this one because I didn't create it. We already know the effect is good. It's just about changing the color and the materials that we use. But I really appreciate that, man. Candidate for Trick of the Year? No. Well, I suppose it could be because this dynamic coins is such a fantastic trick, and I think I can say it without ego because I didn't create this. I just changed the color, so it might win Trick of the Year, but I'd be like, oh, thanks, I can't accept the award because it goes to Tenyo and it goes to Fred Lowe and even further beyond. But man, that's really, really, really bloody kind of you, dude. Honestly, I don't know what to say. I'm a bit blown away. But listen, guys, it's 7:15 in the evening, and Kaylee's heading back to bath the baby. So as much as it would be cool to act like we all have rock star magic lives, the reality is I'm about to go bath a 1-year-old, and he's gonna soak me in water, and then I'm gonna feed him his medicine before he goes to bed. So I have loved chatting with you all, and now that David's in here and Finn and Johnny, everyone's here. Stu, Mike, I'd love to say chat like, but guys, I'll be back next week if you guys want to get on and chat again. And I've just had the best time, and I hope I've answered all of your questions about PROCAPS as open and as honestly as I possibly could have. And if there's any more you want to know, then you can contact me via my email. I'm using a new email address now just because it's easier for people to spell. A lot of people can't spell my name Lloyd, and when they have to go to admin@lloydbarnes.co.uk, I understand it because my wife has got dyscalculia, so she gets numbers confused, and some people, and in just different languages, not everyone can spell admin@lloydbarnes.co.uk. So if you do have any questions, please email them to hello@lloyd.tv. Much easier for everyone to digest. Peace and love to you too, David. Thank you so much, man. And Johnny, thanks. Go have a great evening and bath the baby. Have a great week. Thanks for all you do. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. I love you all to bits. Magic Alan, bye. Bye, Mike. Come back to see you every week now, Lloyd. You legend. Thank you, y'all. I hope you have a beautiful remainder of the weekend, and I will see you on Tutorial Tuesday. It's not even Tuesday. It goes Monday, Tutorial Tuesday, Wednesday, Fuller, Friday, Saturday, Sunday service. That's how my actual real calendar is from here till the end of time. Bye, guys and girls and everyone.